Our mother died in agony at £900 care home. This must not happen again. A heartbroken family last night gave their backing to a Daily Express campaign for the creation of a minister for older people after their mother died of catastrophic injuries in a fall from a care home chair. Valerie Mary Hawksworth, 79, who was paralyzed from a stroke and battling dementia, was said to be unattended when she was found on the floor with 2 broken wrists, a fractured shoulder and a bleed on the brain. The great-grandmother died 10 days after the fall on May 19. Speaking on the day the Daily Express launches its petition to force a parliamentary debate about creating a minister for older people, Mrs. Hawksworth's daughters Catherine Brewley and Joanne Brown said her death was another tragic example of the kind of preventable neglect happening in care homes across Britain. A month on, the family is no closer to knowing what happened to their mother, who was paying £900 a week to be looked after by carers at Argyle House Care Home in Northampton. They believe the incident should have been avoided and have backed calls for CCTV cameras to be installed in all communal areas of care homes. Mrs. Brewley, 54, who quit her job as a carer at Argyle House after her mother died, told how she was at home when she received a call saying her mum had slipped out of her chair on the second-floor lounge. She said, "When I got there, mum was on her front with her head on 2 pillows, one arm was by her side twisted and the other was up. She was crying, saying help me. She had a massive bump on her head and a really bad skin tear on her hand. I said to the nurse what happened? And she said nobody knows. When I said why wasn't there anyone about, I was told you know how it can be. I was in shock. I didn't know how this had happened because there is no way she could have done this herself." Mrs. Hawksworth, who has 2 daughters and 2 sons, was taken to Northampton General Hospital where X-rays revealed the extent of her injuries. There is no suggestion a carer was to blame, but the incident came after Mrs. Brewley previously complained to the facility, operated by Countrywide Care Homes, about her mother sliding out of her chair and raised concerns about a lack of staff and training. She claims her complaints went unanswered for more than a year. She said, "They have said sorry and sent me a sympathy card, but it means nothing. Mum should not have been left alone. Her death would have been entirely preventable if only someone had been on the floor watching her." Mrs. Brown, 56, said, "Mum should never have been left alone. There should be a carer with residence in all communal areas. That's what we were paying for. If there had been, I think Mum would still be alive. I can't go the rest of my life not knowing what happened." Campaigners say installing cameras would provide a level of protection for residents. Jane Connery, 50, set up care campaign for the vulnerable after her dementia-stricken mother Ellen, 80, was attacked in a care home. She is fighting to get the government to make CCTV mandatory in all communal areas of care homes. Ms. Connery said, "In such a technological age, why is no effort made by many care providers to adopt systems that would confirm to these families what exactly happened?" Mrs. Hawksworth's family hopes to bury their mother on June 21. Northampton Coroner's Court has opened and adjourned the inquest into Mrs. Hawksworth's death. A full hearing is due to take place on November 15. Last night, Countrywide Care Homes said, "It is very difficult for us to make detailed comment at this stage because the investigation is being led by external safeguarding teams. We are, of course, cooperating fully with this. We would however disagree strongly with any suggestion this incident occurred as a result of the lack of staff on duty." Northamptonshire Police said, reports are being prepared on behalf of a coroner ahead of the resumed inquest.